All right, we're back. Day 10, balance bots. You come up on a factory in which many robots are zooming around, handing small microchips to each other. Upon closer examination, you notice that each bot only proceeds when it has two microchips. And once it does, it gives each one to a different bot or puts it in a marked output bin. Sometimes bots take microchips from input bins too. Inspecting one of the microchips, it seems like they each contain a single number. The bots must use some logic to decide what to do with each chip. You access the local control computer and download the bot's instructions, your puzzle input. Some of the instructions specify that a specific valued microchip should be given to a specific bot. The rest of the instructions indicate what a given bot should do with its lower value or higher value chip. For example, value 5 goes to bot 2. Bot 2 gives low to bot 1 and high to bot 0. Value 3 goes to bot 1. Bot 1 gives low to output 1 and high to bot 0. Bot 0 gives low to output 2 and high to output 0. Value 2 goes to bot 2. Initially, bot 1 starts with a value 3 chip, and bot 2 starts with a value 2 chip and a value 5 chip. So these ones. Because bot 2 has two microchips, it gives a lower one 2 to bot 1 and its high one 5 to bot 0. Then bot 1 has two microchips. It puts the value 2 chip in output 1 and gives the value 3 chip to bot 0. Finally, bot 0 has two microchips, puts the 3 in output 2 and the 5 in output 0. In the end, output bin 0 contains a value 5 microchip, output bin 1 contains a value 2 microchip, and output bin 2 contains a value 3 microchip. In this configuration, bot number 2 is responsible for comparing value 5 microchips with value 2 microchips. Based on your instructions, what is the number of the bot that is responsible for comparing 61 and value 17 microchips? What is the number? This is from yesterday. Okay. So we need to pass this stuff first. So we go line by line for each line. We have some instruction. Don't really need the rest. So it's either value or bot. It's just it starts with value. It's one case. Bot is another case. Then we want to maybe assign all the values. I wonder if we can just do it first, assign all the values, and then do all the bots. Do it this way first. Okay, so we just assign all the values to some kind of list map. Um, String to int. So what is the value actually? The second one. So I can split it at space, take the second one to int, and then the bot equals the last one, or I can also say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go bot info map, check if it works. After that, oops, I want to get all the bot ones. Okay, so I have two with 2 and one with 3. 2. Oh yeah, we had like a lower and a higher one. So let's pair of int, or let's just say list of int. And if okay, if I have bot in M, I want to make a bot with like lower, just lower and higher, like mhm. No, I don't know at the beginning what it is actually, so I just have to add it to the list. Um, I'll just make a hard bot. Hmm. Work like this. Say the map of bots. Then I can say if it's in there, I know there's already a number. It's a half bot, else m of bot equals half bot of value. And here I say m dot bot half bot value is this. And I know it exists. And I have my other value. So m of bot is a full bot with lower equals minimum of half bot value higher equals maximum of Hmm, somehow. Okay, let's just check it like this. If is half bot, it's actually half bot, half bot. Then we make a full bot. Else, we're like error unexpected full bot. Now we can get this value out there. Okay. Half bot has one value. Full bot has a lower and a higher value. If it exists, I expect it to be a half bot. Because I'm adding a value to it. Because I don't really know what to do if it's already a full bot. I will throw an error. And then that's it. Now, if I have a bot instruction, I also want the name or the number of it. I also messed up this value 5 goes to bot 2. So the value, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Value 5 goes to bot 2. Okay. And now the bot is in 1 instead of the end, the index of the bot 2. And then I give, if I have it, my low to bot 1 and my high to bot 0. Mhm. And bot in M and M bot is half bot to make a full bot. Same way as here. This can be a function. Make full bot with a half bot and a value. Make full bot out of M gives low. Wait, I must be a full bot if I do this instruction. Bot needs to be a full bot. When bot, okay, I don't need a when then. If bot in M and my bot is full bot. Okay, now I can handle this instruction, which means I give my lower value to bot 1 and my higher value to bot 0. Mm. The bot that I give the lower value, bot receiving lower is something from the instruction gives low to, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So low is 6, but receiving higher is 11. And then I will let's just do lower first. Basically, we have the cases now if when bot receiving lower. In M and one case. This won't happen. Um, okay. So if my bot that receives lower is not there, then I can make it M of bot receiving lower number bot with the value which is the lower value of my current bot. If it's a half bot, then I can now do the make full bot, and I give the half bot, which is myself. And the value is okay. Then I have to do the same for the higher one. Give value to give it to this bot. The value is something like this. Then I can pass then I do this VA. Is the receiving bot or something? The receiving bot is not an M. Make a half bot for the receiving bot. If it's an M, it's a half bot. Make a full bot. Cool, cool, cool. At the end, a lot of stuff should be in my map now. Okay, I'm getting unexpected. Here. Nothing. The end I have in place 2 a full bot, in 1 a full bot, and in 0 a full bot. Ah, but there's also output. Hmm. Okay, so we just have to check. This could be an open, this could not be. Check is BL and BH, which is basically and if it's output, or what I could do is I'm just giving values to bots that have string names, right? Let's see what. I did that called bot one. Why does one still exist? Okay, so these need to be consistent. I think here it's 4 then. So we have bot 2 and bot 1. Look at it after the initial one. Okay, bot 2, bot 1. Yeah, bot 2 gets 5 and 2. Bot 1 is a half bot with 3. That works. Next part, we check if it starts with bot. We also want the name. Now we have 2 and 1. Actually, 1 is full at the end. And we have bot 0 is also full. We have output 1 is 2 and 3. And we have output 0 as well. What? Yeah, we have output 0, output 1, output 2. Okay. I don't really know what happens if the instruction is not run in the correct order. But the question is, based on your instructions, what is the number of the bot? That has 61 and 17. Okay, so my bot 2 has 61, but it's a half bot. And that's it. Let's just run this a few times then. I think the order is not deterministic, but it's probably idempotent. You have 61 and 7. Hmm. Here's one with 17. 61 and 61. Okay. 17 is less. Not 67, not 61. Hmm. I run it a few more times. That's it. So at one time we have 17 half pots. 15. Um, this is what we need. Oh, this is now. Why? Value 61 to bot 2. I'll check my basic example again just to see. It's actually right. Bot 2 is 2 and 5. Output 0 is 5. Hmm. Hmm. Output 1 is 2, 2. Output 2 is 3. In this configuration, bot number 2 is responsible for carrying 2 and 5. Bot number 2 compares 2 and 5. Okay. Hmm. Wait, do I always have to give the lower? No. It lower is coming from the bot. Mhm. What if I shouldn't run all the instructions again? Yeah, I think the problem is one of the bots not ready. Well, I think the problem is if I give, for example, this one gives low to 73, and then I give low to 73 again. So I should probably unlines equals t list of int, and then I just do add index. Now I only do it once. I still have 17 half bots. Mm-mm. Now I'm stuck if I don't do it again. Something must happen though, no? Or maybe there's a bug. Hmm. I wonder if this error would come now. I think it wouldn't. Yeah, I can't receive as a full bond again. Must be some bug. Oh, bot 2 is a half bot. I give my values on. Can't. Bot 40 gives low to bot 2. Oh, no one else gives anything to bot 2. 61 goes to bot 2. Ah, yeah, and then 40. What's up with bot 40? 7 goes to bot 40. And then this one. Then bot 187 gets from this one. It's for 30. And from 32. 32 gets 17. And that's the other one here, isn't it? No, 37. Hmm. That doesn't make sense. 97, 97 should be fine. IAM, I bought 97. He got his values. Then he gave them to 32. 32 got his values. So he gave them to 103. Also got his values. He gave them to 140. We didn't. Ah, wait. Oh, I'm stupid. I only actually did this when I was in the if. There we go. So now I can go. Uh, um, that's it for now. So we get bot 27. Okay. So yeah, I was on the right track by just repeatedly applying the instructions. First, I fill the list with the values with these instructions. Let's start with value, and then I run the instructions that have start with bot. And I just give them names like bot 14, and yeah, run the code. And if I just run it once, sometimes I can't. For example, if 14 doesn't have two values yet, it can't give it yet. So then I just ignore it and come back to it later. So I only run it if it is a full bot, which means it has two values, lower and higher. Then I give my values away, and then I add it to my list of bots that I've done, so I don't do it again. And I repeat that for 100 times until I'm done with everything. I can just say, while done lines smaller than lines dot length, I can do this as well. Not lines of size, but uh, lines dot. Okay, part two is, what do you get if you multiply together the values of one chip in each of output 0, 1, and 2? So I can go, oops, it doesn't really help now. It dot key, not the first. The Boolean. And what is this? It's a map. Oh, I'm stupid. I can just do, should be half bot, right? Value. Okay. So that's it. Part two was easy because we have our map that has all the instructions at the end. And we just pick output 0, 1, and 2. And because of our setup, we know that they're half bots, they only have one value. Um, and we can just multiply them. So to go over part one again, we have either instructions that start with value or with bot. So we go through all of the ones that start with value, and then we just create these initially bots. So a bot can be half bot or a full bot, where we have either just one instruction or a lower and higher instruction, and the instruction being an int number. So initially in our map, which is a map of, where is it? String, which is the name, such as bot158 to bot. Initially our map is empty, so if we don't have it in there, we just create up the name, which we say is bot number. This first part can be bot or output. In this case, only bot. And because we know that it's only one value that we want to add, which is the value that we get from here in the first part of the string, we create a half bot with one value. Then if we see the same one again with the same identifier, we know it's a half bot. And then if it actually is, we can make a full bot, and we just assert. We can also say require half bot is half bot. And then we can just get rid of this. And then we make a full bot, which is basically creating bot where the lower is the minimum of what we had and the new value, and the higher is the maximum of the value that we had and the new value. That's it for passing the value instructions. And then we parse the bot instructions where we just want to distribute values. So bot 31 gives low to bot 104 and high to bot 44. So first of all, we run through this multiple times. So first we check if it's already done, we don't do anything. If it isn't done yet, we check if the line is valid. Line starts with bot. And then we process it. First we get the bot name, same way with the two parts of the string split. And then we check again if the bot is in the map. Then we process it. Only if it's a full bot. If it's a half bot, we don't process it. We come back to it later in a different loop, because we don't want to start distributing something if we don't have it yet. So we can only distribute if we have lower and higher, and half bots, they don't have lower and higher yet. But if we do, then we get the bot numbers and names that we want to distribute to. And then we call this function give the value to this new bot, the receiving bot. And here again, we have the same split where we have, if the receiving bot doesn't exist in my map yet, I have to create it as a half bot and pick the value. So this could be the lower or the higher value of my current bot that's distributing bot. And with the receiving, just the distributing bot. And I pick the value of a distributing bot, which is basically just taking the full bot, either the lower or the higher one, depending on who I'm calling it for. For the bot that I want to give the lower value to for, I call it.lower. For the bot that I give the higher value for, I call it.higher. Then, so that's the case. If it's not in the map, I just create a half bot. If it is in the map and it's a half bot, I make a full bot, same way as before. And if it is in the map and it's already a full bot and I want to give it values again, even though it's already a full bot, I can throw an error. But this doesn't happen because I don't process lines twice with my done lines logic. So that's it. See you next time.